to Soda City Living. The best time of the year is upon us and the weather is starting to heat up. That means it's time to start thinking about opening your pool. But pulling back that cover does not have to cause you any anxiety, especially if you're working with the experts. Joining us now is Hosea from Soda City Pools and Spas. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
So tell us what we're doing out here today.
Today we're actually here to open up a pool. This one got closed down for the winter. They actually put a cover on it, which is a great thing to do, especially when you have a bunch of trees like so around here. A lot of debris and material will get in there, a lot of organic matter, which can turn the pool green. It can also damage the pool itself. So today we're actually going to remove the cover, start the pool back up, and begin the pool season for these clients of ours.
Yeah, so you actually do this opening service for a lot of clients.
Yes, ma'am.
Why should someone choose professionals to do their opening service for them?
One huge part of opening up your pool is you have to be able to go in and kind of investigate everything that could have went wrong. You need to be able to check all of your pipes, check all of your equipment to make sure it's functioning correctly. You need to be able to make sure that there was no damage to the structure of the pool, and also be able to test and balance those chemicals to get them exactly where they need to be so the season can start rolling. One huge thing you don't want to do is get behind the 8 ball and not be able to look into everything that could have went wrong as far as the chemistry or the equipment with the pool. So you always want a professional come out to get a brief overview of everything that happened with the pool throughout the off season, just so we know that you're going to be able to rock and roll for the summer.
Definitely, and one of those big problems that a lot of people might face when opening a pool is they take the cover off and it's green or it is discolored.
Absolutely.
So what causes that, and what are some solutions?
One huge thing that does cause that is these covers, even though they're great, essentially when it starts heating up outside, they act as a microwave. So at that point, when the water starts heating up and there's nowhere for it to go, there's no air for it to breathe, the chemicals aren't turning it over at all, it just becomes stagnant, hot water. And at that point, that gives the perfect breeding ground for algae to breed. Also things such as phosphates, which are organic materials that are in the air or come from plants. Once they get in the pool and they sit and it becomes hot, it also creates the perfect breeding ground for algae.
So what are the solutions for that? You have a couple programs.
As far as getting the pool back from green, there's a green to clean program where our guys are cleaning technicians. They'll come out, they'll actually get all the debris out of the pool. They'll go through a couple treatments of heavy shock and chlorine doses on the pool to actually kill off all the algae. And then they'll have another visit where they actually vacuum out all of the dead algae from the pool. That's why it's called green to clean. And then we also have a drain to clean program, which we only typically do for fiberglass pools or gunite pools. It has to have that hard structure because a vinyl liner pool like this, if we drained it down, we run the huge risk of damaging the entire foundation of the pool, and we would never want to do that.
Definitely. So when it comes to, opening a pool and you see that some equipment is not working, what happens then?
Then we actually have to, of course, order new parts for it, and we have to kind of go through, diagnose every little thing that happened from that one piece of equipment going down. Huge example is if something happens with the pump, then all of your plumbing backed by the equipment could also go out and it could also burn up. So then all of that has to be replaced. And at that point, that's when you call our professionals, and we actually would come out, do a service assessment on the entire equipment, see exactly what happened to everything, and then go ahead and get you a quote and get everything fixed up for you.
So even if there's nothing wrong with the pool, still a very useful service to have somebody 100%. Come out and do it for you.
100%, yes ma'am.
So with no problems with an opening pool, how long does it take to open it?
Typically, just to get it going, about an hour. To remove the cover, get the equipment started off, you're looking at about an hour to 2 hours, depending on the pool. Of course, you can run into some hiccups depending on every circumstance, but a smooth sailing, like this one today, we're probably looking at about an hour.
All right, and it seems like you have a lot of experience with pools. You really know what you're talking about. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing this.
I've been in the pool industry for around 12 years. I started off actually in upstate South Carolina. It's called Indianland, South Carolina. It's just south of Charlotte. I was a pool cleaner there for about 4 or 5 years. And then right after college, I got right back into the industry. I spent another 2 years cleaning pools, and then I actually worked my way up through fixing, which is called the service side of the industry, fixing all the equipment, and then actually to upper management, general management, and now ownership, where I own my own company.
Wow.
So that's about 12 years in total.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Soda City Pools and Spas. What led you to create your own company?
The biggest inspiration behind my company is actually I had my first daughter, Margot. Whenever she was born, I realized that I had to do something more for myself, but more for my family. And another huge thing that kind of influenced that is other pool companies that I had worked at in the past, they were, I'm not going to say selfish, but they really wanted to care about the business aspect as far as what they had going on a lot more. And that's just something I didn't agree with. I feel like when you're operating a business, you have to develop a relationship with your clients. You have to be willing to, create those relationships, build that trust with one another, and you kind of always have to put the client first. And that was kind of another huge thing that led me to believe that I need to do this for myself so that I can give that service to people.
Definitely. And you don't just serve the Soda City and beyond. It's actually a bigger area than that.
Yes,
So tell
ma'am.
us about all the pools and areas that you service.
So currently we actually started, of course, in Soda City in the Midlands, Lexington, Chapin, Prosperity, Newberry. We started in, the kind of Midlands area, and then we also have branched off since then to the Low Country, which the Low Country right now we're servicing Orangeburg, Santee, Somerville, St. George, and we're trying to work our way down into Charleston as well. In the upstate right now we're servicing Simpsonville, Anderson, Greenville, and Spartanburg.
Amazing. So tell us what you're going to do here today. What are the steps to open this pool?
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this cover back, of course fold it up, put it away nice and neat for the clients. Then after that we're going to assess any potential damage, anything that could have went wrong with the pool. And then from there we're going to walk over to the equipment, get everything put back together, unwinterized, because during the winter you actually close all the valves, close everything up so that water can't get in there and burst the valves. So we're going to go there, open up everything, make sure everything's running correctly, and then they'll be ready for maintenance starting probably Thursday of this week.
Awesome. And then what is the time range for when people should start thinking about opening their pools?
The moment it starts getting warm outside, and the moment you start seeing pollen. At that point, like I said, those things turn into microwaves. When you see about 70, 80 degree weather, you want to go ahead and take that cover off and go ahead and get your pool going. If not, like I said earlier, you're going to be behind the 8 ball and your pool is just going to essentially turn really green and potentially black.
Yeah.
So you just kind of want to go ahead and beat that before it ever gets there.
What's the best way for people to reach out to you guys if they want to be a client?
There's a few ways to reach out to us. Of course, you can go onto our website, sodacitypools.com. Another awesome way to reach out to us is by phone. They can call our office. Our office number is 803-590-2409. If they ever want to send an email to us, also, of course, we respond there, info@sodacitypools.com. And we have various social medias as well, so they could always direct message us through there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all this information.
No problem.
It's been great talking to you. Be sure to tune in every month. We're going to be checking in with Soda City Pools and Spas for the latest in your pool care. We'll be right back.